from PickDogs.com. I'm on the road. Chris Ruffalo and Rod Zawacki joining me. I missed yesterday's show, so I don't even know what happened. I'm going to guess it wasn't very good since I wasn't here. I'm sure it was. I'm sure everyone said, "Man, it's just so much better now, Mitch here." That's what they usually say. Chance to take some pot shots at me. You got Rod frozen with the eyes closed, eyes open, closed. Anyways, we've got NHL, got MLB and basketball tomorrow. A little bit lighter schedule, but some things could definitely be decided today. Last night it was the Denver Chicken Nuggets. Oof, putting the hammer down. To be honest with you, I didn't see the second half of the game, so I don't even know that for sure. But I'm going to guess the Nuggets closed them out.
They won by 25.
About 100. Yeah, they were up by about 100 when I just went to bed. I was so tired. I was just like, I'd been traveling all day, fighting the internet.
Yeah, it was. Kevin Durant coming out after the game saying it was one of the most disappointing performances he'd ever had in his life.
No. That and all of his time at Texas, I guess. Texas. When he had Tristan Thompson, him, and like everybody else, and he still couldn't win. Kind of trying to get my life.
He congratulated Jokic too, so he said he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He congratulated him, wished him the best.
He got lucky. Lucky dog. Well, we got a pretty good schedule though for a Friday. Starts off with hockey action. We got the Panthers and the Maple Leafs game 5. Oh man, the Panthers just kind of have the Maple Leafs right where they want them, thinking that they have a chance. Everyone knows the Maple Leafs don't ever take it as we've got a chance. They always take it as we've already won. So more than likely, this could be set up for the most lopsided game of the series. The Panthers just putting them away. We saw the Panthers put the Bruins away in Boston, so putting the Leafs away in Toronto really is about half the chore of that. Every game in this series has been close. 1 goal. But I could see the Panthers letting this one get out of hand tonight, just racking one up on the Leafs. I'm going to take the Panthers here. I'm going to lay the alternate puck line 2.5 there. I think this one's going to be real super ugly because I think once the Panthers go up and the Leafs get frustrated, they're going to have no choice but to open it up. They can't play like that defensive shell or anything. They have no choice to be wide open, pressing defensemen, everybody at the front. There is no tomorrow. And it's just going to lead breakaway after breakaway and, top shelf, bottom shelf, 5-hole. Oh, man, it's going to be one ugly bitch in Toronto tonight. Taking the Panthers. Chris?
I'm going to take the under. Toronto scored 2 goals in each of their last 6 games. The under 6-0 in their last 6. And I think this is still going to be another tight defensive game. The lower scoring, the series is starting to get chippy. I think it's going to get more physical. And, I like a lower scoring game here. So I like the under 6.5.
And for me, I'm going to take the Leafs. Back at home here, I think the Leafs get the win in 4th game 7, heading back to Florida.
Rod, don't let
where they get.
You know better. You know better. You know better. Don't get sucked in. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do
Leafs
it.
aren't going to win this series.
Ruffalo, I believe. All right, Ruffalo. I believe he gets sucked in. I mean, he paid $32 for 2 beers.
Correct, right? But the problem is you don't want to kick them out at home. You want to kick them out when they're back in Florida so they don't riot in the building. You don't want them in the building to stir stuff up.
They did it in Boston. Believe me, it ain't going to be any tougher there than it was in Boston.
You have to give the Leafs just that little bit more hope, right? Just a little bit more, so that way next season they can come back and pay $1,200 a ticket.
Oh no, there's nothing more Maple Leaf like than a home loss blowout to get closed out in the NHL playoffs. I mean, it's a tradition. I mean, it is a tradition. It's like it is just a tradition. And guys like Ruffalo, he's never known anything different. So why would now be anything different? His entire life is consisted of the Maple Leafs disappointing him. Most of the time, not even making the playoffs. But when they do make the playoffs, well, they really know how to pile on the disappointment. And I mean, they've got their shred of hope last game by getting the win. And I got to tell you, they were up 2-0, and everyone thought, "Oh man, they're coasting." Panthers still came back and scored the goal just to say, "We'll let you have this one just to extend it." They're just trying to get more guys on the ice, the Panthers, so they can get them their share of the playoff money. That's really the only thing this is about for them. And then, this game, I mean, child's play. And I do believe that once the Panthers get up, the Maple Leafs will have no choice but to really go all full out on offense, kind of like these soccer matches. And you see it just goal after goal on the other end. And that's why I like the over too. I think 7-2 is a very Maple Leaf-like out. 6-2, 7-2 type game.
4-1. Maple
Leafs will be up 2-0.
7-0.
Yep. Sounds about. Rod's like, he's starting to make some sense. It's starting to sound a lot more like the way things go. I mean, this is
right. This is like I've seen that scenario play out before.
Yeah, we all have. It's like if you're younger than 90, you've seen this play out a million times. All right. Well, we got Vegas against Edmonton. This is another one. So this is, this one, no one's been able to win back-to-back games in this one, unlike the Panthers, who won 3 in a row against the Maple Leafs. In this one, no one's strung anything together. It's been I thought the last time that the Vegas is doing a better job against the power play than they did in the first couple games of this series. Definitely, doing a better job. I don't know, Chris. What do you think? Most of these Vegas guys, this is kind of their familiar territory. They've been this franchise was born in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm going back to the well with Vegas here. Right? They got their butts kicked in Game 4, but for me, this is a team. I said it before, that doesn't lose back-to-back games often. I mean, they've only lost back-to-back games twice since the All-Star break. I think there's good, obviously, suspensions on both sides. Pietrangelo out for Vegas, Nurse out for Edmonton. But I just think that Vegas finds a way to steal this one, and I'm surprised they're getting the plus money is a home underdog. But again, they've been underdogs in every game this series, so maybe I shouldn't be surprised. But either way, I like the Golden Knights here.
Rod, when the Maple Leafs go out tonight, whose jersey hits the discount rack in Toronto? Who's gonna be the first one out of town? How the traded players, you always see them at the discount stores. Who's it gonna be?
The big four, all 4 of them. I think they'll all be on discount. I've been in a couple of Maple Leafs groups, and somebody tried to sell up their jerseys.
I don't know any of the players, so I don't know who the big 4 are. But I'm gonna guess. I'll put a $14.99 US price tag on those jerseys.
Somebody tried to put $200 Canadian on their jersey to sell them, and somebody was like, "I'll give you $15. That's tops. They're not making it anywhere."
So I'll give you $15 plus a Kit Kat. Actually, forget it. I'm not throwing in the Kit Kat.
No Kit Kats. $15, man. Yeah, nobody could. You could unload the Leafs jerseys right now. But it all hit the discount. Mitch Marner, Matthews, Tavares. Willie's still good. They'll keep Willie at the price because he played pretty well, but he was the only one that's been playing half decent. People like Willie, so they'll keep Willie the same price. Maybe discounted just a little, but the other ones are deeply discounted. Gotta get rid of this year's stock. For me in this one, you know where I'm going. I'm gonna take the Oilers. You pissed off the Oilers. You want to come two-handed like you're tomahawking across the ice, across it, and you smack Draisaitl like that. I mean, David got and stuck up for him and was ready to throw her down. You pissed off the Oilers. They're out for blood. I'm gonna go with the Oilers to come into Vegas and get the win. That was a silly move by Pietrangelo, and how could he get one game? Makes no sense to me. One game, you come across looking like like you know what he's doing. Everybody's watching it. Even Vegas, I've seen some Vegas fans say should have got 3. Should have been a 3-game suspension. So,
some of the most favorite parts of the hockey segment over the years is always when Rod acts like everybody knows what's going on. When it's like, I have no clue what he's talking about.
The last 2 minutes of the last game, Vegas Pietrangelo came across. He figured he was mad because Draisaitl kept burning him, so he came across and gave Draisaitl a slash, and he held the stick up over his head like he was doing a two-handed chop, and smacked him on the wrist. Whack. And then McDavid came in.
Draisaitl's hair looks exactly the same with the helmet on as it does with the helmet off. It's just a very odd look that he had.
Yeah.
Like, is he wearing the helmet or he's not wearing the helmet? It's like, I don't know. It looks exactly the same.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
Pietrangelo was also pissed in the moment that they didn't call the cross check from behind a few minutes earlier. I think it was Evander Kane that got him.
What's the score in this series, this Vegas Edmonton?
2-2.
2-2.
So it's 3-1 and 2-2.
Yep. This is a big game.
So there'll still be at least one more series after tonight.
Yeah.
Be gone.
2.
Oh, yeah,
Well, we'll have at least 2 because the Dallas and the Kraken goes to Game 6 tomorrow night.
That doesn't count. Nobody knows those teams. They're not real teams. They're just jerseys.
They're just figments of our imagination.
they're just there to sell jerseys.
Just to sell some jerseys.
I told you that story, like back when I used to drink. I was in a bar and I was like telling this joke, and I was like, "Yeah, Clemson's not a real school; it's just a football team." Some guy turns around, and was like, "I went to Clemson."
The one chance that somebody from Clemson is actually in the room. Oh no!
Well, if I say it, there's a good chance. It's like,
good chance.
All right. I'm on the road here, so I don't have like all my computer screens. I'm kind of doing it with the iPad over here. And then so we go to Major League Baseball. I tell you what, man, it's a real interesting card today. I love today and tomorrow's card. I just think it's so interesting because you'll see as we go through it. It'll start to make some sense. Marlins and the Reds, Tigers and the Mariners, and the Nationals against the Mets. Chris, what do you think of these 3 games? So yesterday, my dog of the day was the Reds. They kicked the crap out of the Mets.
These 3, I like the Marlins. Yuri Perez making his debut, youngest starter in Marlins franchise history, number 7 prospect in baseball, number 1 in Miami's system, and just another top-tier arm that the Miami Marlins seem to be able to churn out like it's nothing. And Graham Ashcraft got rocked in his last start, and this is when same time last year where things started to sort of fall apart for Ashcraft. So I think into Miami, Perez making his debut, I think it's going to be hot tonight, and I think the Miami Marlins get the job done. So give me Miami laying the -140.
And for me, in that one, I'm going to go with the Detroit Tigers over the Mariners. Gonzalez on the road for the Mariners, Boyd for Detroit. I think we might see some runs in this one as well. I don't think either of these pitchers equate to who gets the win. It comes down to the bullpens. Detroit's been playing great. 10-1 in Boyd's last 11 starts in game 1 of a series. I'm just going to keep back in Detroit. I mean, when you look in Detroit, they hit lefties not so bad. 251 with a 312 OBP. Yeah, I like Detroit here. Just playing the better ball, and give me the home dog. Give me the Detroit Tigers.
It was kind of a modified voice inflection.
Because it wasn't a total, right? So I couldn't. I
Right.
couldn't
It
go
was like
Mariners,
Hey,
Detroit.
It was going somewhere there. It was definitely going somewhere. It was like it wasn't just like a matter of fact, Detroit Tigers. I'll take the Tigers. It was kind of like that. The breakdown. It all starts with the breakdown in the syllables of each team. Detroit Tigers. Marlins, Royals, and
Royals.
I guess that leaves me Mackenzie Gore and the Nationals. I'll take them against the Mets every day of the week, including Friday. The Mets stink. I mean, I got news for you. This team is under 500. They're like big favorites in every single game, and they just continue to lose. 3-7 in their last 10 games. Oh, man, that makes betting against the Mets one of the most profitable situations in all of sports. They stunk. I gave out the Reds yesterday. The Mets were like minus 200 and change, in that one. With Senga on the mound. Dog of the day, the jet airliner, Steve Miller, because I was traveling. It was all happening. Had all going on. My wife commenting from the cheap seats over there. She hit the exact on the Derby. She's still talking about it. Knock it off. I hit the exact. Meanwhile, I'm the one that boxed it. She didn't even know she had. She only thought she put in the trifecta, but I put in exacta and trifecta box.
Nice.
Anyways. Pirates and the Orioles, Yankees and the Rays, and the Blue Jays and the Braves. Yesterday was one of those days where I just didn't have any time to put picks in, so I only got that Rays pick in. It was the only pick I got in. I couldn't believe they were an underdog. I don't even understand some of these odds sometimes. And we have some of these games today that we're going to talk about as we go through. This stuff doesn't even make sense to me, It's like you want to talk about public perception gone wild. By the way, I'll do a little plug here for my professional betting series. You guys should check out the video. I posted a new one. I recorded it on Monday, but it took me that long to edit and process it because it's almost 50 minutes. But anyways, I guess Rod's up first.
Well, first, so I'm going to go with the I'm going to take a shot here with the Blue Jays at home here, where they played their best ball. I know the Braves have been really good on the road. Give me the Jays here at home on Friday night. Braves 0-6 in the last 6 meetings versus the Jays. 1-5 in the last 6 trips into Toronto. I think both these pitchers are going to get touched up. Are not going to equate in the start in this one. I think runs come early and often. Also like the over. It's 11-3 the last 14 in Toronto too. But Jays get her done on a Friday night. I'm going to go with the Blue Jays and a nice plus money.
Love the Braves on that one. I'm going to go with the Yankees here against the Rays. Cole has been off the chain, and it's like I'm not going to go against them here. The Yankees' bats are silent. They're going to have to score a run if they want to win the game. I'm going to get deep into baseball strategy here, but if they want to win the game, they have to score at least one run. So maybe they can do it, maybe they can't. But I think the way that Cole's pitching, we criticize them when they're bad. We got to give them accolades when they're good, and Cole has been really, really good. The Yankee bats are just silent, though. I mean, terrible. But Blue Jays are 3-7 in their last 10 games. They stink. The Braves are 15-3 on the road this season. Rod's fading them away over there.
I am, yeah. Jays 9-3.
15-4.
They both have 3 losses. Someone's got to give.
Yeah, well, the Blue Jays, all their home games were against the A's. They played the A's 12 times at home this season.
It's one of these things. I see the Braves and in Toronto. I'm gonna go with the Jays.
Everyone's going to be watching the Leafs game. There's going to be empty.
Well, that's why. So Jays win one. Leafs. If you go by that way, then
What's
they
the
got
get-in price on that one tonight?
Right? Yeah. What's the get-in price in the
Leafs game?
No, for the Blue Jays game?
No,
Oh,
for the Blue Jays game.
Oh.
Next to nothing. How about this one? I love Sydney. There'll be mostly Braves fans there. There's a chance.
Cheapest seat
Will
in
they
the
show
Jays
the
game
hockey
tonight?
game like on the stadium?
No.
Will they have the hockey game on at the stadium?
Maybe somewhere, but probably not.
In those bars.
Yeah.
In the pubs.
Yeah. Cheapest seat at the Jays game tonight, $26.
I bet you can get one for half.
That's Canadian, so
Yeah. So yeah, basically it is half that in American. That leaves me with the Pirates and the Orioles, and I'm gonna take the Orioles here. It's just, for me, lesser of two evils. I like Oviedo a little bit more than I like Bradish on the mound, but the Orioles are just playing flat out better baseball. The Pirates starting to cool off after that real hot start to the year. And Baltimore's just been consistently solid, so I like Baltimore at home, and this one landed -155.
Now I really like the Nationals because we have a pro Mets comment in the comments. I'll double down on my Nationals.
right.
Like, I'll triple down on it. Yeah, he's like 59% of DraftKings bettors like the Mets. I bet you 100%. I bet you 99% of them liked them yesterday at -200 and change. They got shellacked. I bet you 89% liked them with Verlander the other day. Waxed. I bet you 99% liked them with Scherzer the other day. Smoked. It's like 59% like those guys are, I'd say 59% of bettors are idiots. Squares, man. It's like I never look at that stuff. DraftKings bettors are like some of the least educated of sports betting of all bettors. I'd be willing to say that as well. Chris, you're up.
I went with the Orioles.
Oh, you went with them already?
Yep.
Oh. Wow. It's almost like I ignored you. You got the Guardians against the Angels, the Red Sox against the Cardinals, and the White Sox against the Astros. I wonder if JP France is related to Tyler France.
Or JP Crawford.
No, France. It's the last name's France. Same last name.
No,
it's
no,
not a common last name. France.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. Who the hell knows? I'm going to go with the over in that Red Sox Cardinals fiasco. The Red Sox are still hammering the baseball, and Adam Wainwright serving it up for the Cardinals in this one. He's just not the same pitcher without Yadi Molina behind the plate. James Paxton back on the mound. Usually this is a guy that Ruffalo sucks it up for. You know, it's just Paxton. But I've never been a big fan. I think Paxton's like one of those guys that either has like the really, really big outing or he gets really, really, really smoked. So you can see, though, like in his last 2 years, 6.64 ERA, 6.75, and then high threes. He's in regression.
For me, I'll take the under in the Guardians and Angels matchup. Logan Allen's pitched well to start his major league career, and the Angels, sending Tyler Anderson here. Anderson struggled for much of the year, but both these teams not hitting left-handed pitching all that well in the last couple of weeks. Team OPS, isolated power. To me, this just feels like a 4-3 kind of game. So I'm going to go with the under 8.5 Angels and Guardians.
And I'm going to go with the over between the Cardinals and Red Sox and James Paxton on the mound for the both Sox.
I just gave that out. I gave the same pick already. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Well, you were talking about JP France.
Exact same pick, the exact same game.
Like
Boy,
so much
I thought I was the only one that tuned you guys out. And he was ready to do the voice inflection too. Cardinals, Red Sox, over.
Over.
You ruined it. You couldn't have just let the voice inflection happen and then got him out after it.
It is best when it's organic.
Well, then I'm gonna have to go with the JP France and the Astros here. Michael Kopech has not been good to start the season. He's been awful. He loves giving up the long ball. Loves giving the long ball. 4, 6, 7. What we see in the start of the year, he's giving up. How many has he given up already this season? He's actually calmed it down a little bit. Last time out, he gave up 4 home runs last time out against the Reds. Yeah, definitely going with the Astros here. I'm not a Kopech guy. And then we know what the White Sox bullpen can do as well. So give me the Astros here in JP France.
Got the Twins and the Cubs, the Brewers and the Royals, and the Rockies and the Phillies. Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at the Rockies here at plus money. Austin Gomber, not my favorite pitcher to bat, but he's turned it around after a really bad start. To his first 4 starts, he had a 12 plus ERA, and now in his last 3, he's got a 1.59 ERA. Taiwan Walker, like I said, just another pitcher I'm looking at back. Last time out, he only gave up 1 run, but the 2 starts prior to that, he gave up 13 runs. He was over 7 1/3 innings of work. So I think the Rockies get to him here. I think the Rockies pound on the Phillies in this one. So give me Colorado at plus money.
And for me, I'm going to take the Brewers on the run line here. Kansas City's going with a bullpen game. Taylor's getting the nod, and he's got a 6.55 ERA, 1.36 WHIP. What's he going to go? 2 innings, and then bring on the awful Royals bullpen? Yeah, give me the Brewers here. I think Corbin Burns has a good start here today. I think he can easily hold down the Royals bats in that one.
Brewers got a premium pick on the Royals. I love them at this game. I love them. I got a premium on them. I've given it to everybody for free here. I love them. This is the gift of gifts. As bad as the Royals bullpen is, the Brewers bullpen's actually worse. They've been terrible lately. And Corbin Burns, his numbers are so inflated. The king of the unearned run. I don't. You're on the mound. A run scores. I don't care what happened, man. Someone earned it, And it's like, I think you got every bit of value. And I'm not saying this is like a best bet of the world or anything, but there's so much value on the Royals here. 5-5 in their last 10, up against the Brewers, who are 2-8 in their last 10. Burns has been lit up since spring training. I mean, he's been terrible. It's like, in the Brewers bullpen, straight ass. I mean, lit up. It's like, you got to take a shot. You're getting 2-1 on your money against a team that's 2-8 in their last 10 games with a pitcher that's just grasping at straws. He looks lost. I'm just trying to talk you off the ledge here, Rod. You got to put a little something on the Royals. Maybe bet the run line with the Brewers or whatever. Put a little something on the Royals also. You'll hedge it out. You'll find a way.
Hedge it out.
I'm telling you. How is there not? I mean, how is there not just a ton of value there on the roster? Yeah, Taylor's not great. We only need him to go 1 inning. You know, that's all he's going. It's a bullpen game. It's not like oh, what's his name? Chapman's going to pitch every inning. Thankfully,
No, probably not. But
he sucks. Terrible. Trying to talk Rod off it. I guess that leaves me the Cubs and the Twins. I like the under. Sonny Gray and Smiley, and don't like giving out totals, but I don't see any other way to go. I kind of also maybe a lean to the Twins in this one. I guess it's weird because I'm used to having my mouse with all my screens, but I got the iPad here instead because I'm on the road, traveling, going to a wedding. Nice young couple. Haven't been jaded by life yet. See what we got going on here with these. I don't know. Wind's blowing in. I think it's all coming together at Target Field for an under. I'm trying to see if the injury report. Yeah, Horner's questionable. So especially if he doesn't go, then I really like the Twins and the under. If he is going, then I just like the under. Kyle Hendricks still with the varsity? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just injured. I have no idea.
He's injured, yeah.
I thought he'd been relegated to JV, or he was just done. Oh, that's where Tyler Mahle is. He's out for the season. Elbow problems. The good news is he's out for the season. All right. I like the under. Lean to the Twins as well on the parlay if Horner's not playing. Go back to the board here. We got the Diamondbacks against the Giants. We got the A's against the Rangers. Dodgers against the Padres. Blake Snell on the mound. Rod, what do you got?
I'm up first. No,
Don't
I'm going to take the Dodgers. I'm going to take the Dodgers here over the Padres and Blake Snell. Blake Snell's, I think he's given up a home run or 1 to 2 home runs in every one of his starts this year. This has just been awful. And the way the Dodgers are playing right now, yeah, I'm going to take the Dodgers at this low price because you usually don't see the Dodgers at the minus 135. So I'm going to take the Dodgers here. He's playing the better ball. Complete fade of Snell. I think he gets roughed up here.
May's been good.
They just hold on. May's been good. Yeah.
Was that segment sponsored by Al Niños?
Sponsored by Al Niños. I don't have a Dodgers shirt, so I can't just pull out the Dodgers shirt.
It'd be funny if Rod was wearing Niños' Kershaw shirt.
Right.
It's a little snug.
But it's summer, showing off the midriff.
Guns out. I'll take the Rangers on the run line here against the A's. Martin Perez. I've been betting on him every single game. This is actually one of the first times this season that Perez hasn't been a dog. As crazy as it sounds. Because I've been betting on him almost every single time, and he's been a dog almost every single time. I've had him as a premium every single time. He's been a dog about every single time. But not today against Ken Waldachuk. Sounds made up. Chris, Diamondbacks and Giants.
I'll close it out with an over here, over 10. Yeah, I'll take the over 10 here. I'm not a Tommy Henry fan. He's going to get roughed up, I think, a little bit by the Giants here. But I also look for Arizona's offense to come through against this Giants bullpen that hasn't been very good either. Look for this game to finish closer to maybe 11 or 12 runs. So I'm going to go with the over 10 Diamondbacks and Giants.
Is Henry still in?
Or sorry, my fault. Ryan Nelson. Sorry, Ryan Nelson.
Yeah, Ryan
even
Nelson.
Even then, still, I'm not the only guys
better.
I like. Oh yeah, only guys I like in that Diamondbacks rotation are Zach Gallen and maybe even Merrill Kelly. But outside of that,
Not a big John Brebbia fan. Is that what you're trying to say?
no. Every time I saw John Brebbia as the starter and knowing it was a bullpen game for the Giants, I would run the other way. Problem is, I'm running the other way into Ryan Nelson. It's like I don't want to go either way. I want to just go right down the middle.
All right, go to the NBA. The Heat and the Knicks, Chris. Back in Miami. Kind of this one's sort of like that Maple Leafs Panthers series where they kind of let the Knicks, gut one out. I mean, the Knicks, the 2 games that they've won have been close, fighting it to the end. The games that the Heat have won, they've just made it look very, 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 very easy. So the Knicks, if they're going to do it, tonight's their night. If not, well, Cancun.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the under in this one. The 2 meetings that we had in Miami, one went under, and the other one that went over by a half a point. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game 6. Expect it to be very physical. Wouldn't be surprised if this is the first to 100 wins. So I'm going to go with the under 208.5 between the Heat and the Knicks.
And for me, in this one, I'm going to take the Knicks plus. I'm going to take the Knicks plus all these points. We've seen what Miami's ATS record is at home. So I think the Knicks can keep this close.
On the playoffs, it's not in the playoffs.
No,
it's not.
In the playoffs, it's definitely been a different story.
They haven't not covered at home in the playoffs. They've covered every game in the playoffs.
I think the Knicks come in and get the cover. I'm going to take the Knicks plus the 5.5. I don't know if they win it outright. I think the Heat got a good shot to end the season of New York because they definitely don't want to go back to New York.
Are you sure?
But the Knicks are going to battle. The Heat might want to go back to New York. I don't know.
Are you sitting in the locker room and they're saying, "Yeah, we really want to go play another game instead of closing out the series tonight"?
Totally.
You really want to reach that far? You really want to go out on a limb like that? They really want this one.
I want this one. Nah, I wouldn't take it in New York.
Who was it in one of the playoff games? It was Biller. It's yeah, they're not going to really do it. It's what are you talking about, man?
Both teams are going to leave it all in the court. Is what's going to happen tonight. They're going to give as much effort as
I like the Heat on the alternate lines here. I think you lay the it's
oh no. What happened? So Chris is I'm not saying anything. Oh no. You're muted. Chris is muted.
Sorry, everything's going wrong right now. I said I think so I was just going to move it down just until we get his video back. But I think he was saying take Heat alternate lines.
Oh yeah, we totally heard that before we left. We were take the Heat on the alternate line. So we can say we can surely say that this is motorboat.
Technical difficulties. That's
yeah.
And then there were 2. Well, it's going to be a battle of survival. I'll tell you that much. It's Rod and I are now going to have to fight to the death.
All right, let's go. Right.
All right, hold on. Let me take a 5-minute break. I'm tired. Anyways, I'll take over here. We'll go to the last game. Lakers hosting the Warriors. Rod, Lakers. No, the news we were talking about yesterday was would Anthony Davis end up being able to play? and looks like he's going to be cleared to go. He's not in concussion protocol. They said he's probable for Game 6. I haven't seen the status on LeBron. Oh, hold on.
The usual questionable game time, GTD, game time decision. They
There we
both
go.
are.
Hold on. There we go.
I was saying lay the 13.5 with the Heat is where I was. Plus 321 on your money on that.
Yeah, I heard you say extended line. I just didn't know how far we were going with it.
I was 13.5
That's where we got
is
to.
my number. Just south of 2 touchdowns in Mitch lingo. Plus 321 on your money. 3-2-1 lift off, 13.5. It's all over but the crying. Did we do start Lakers Warriors without me, or
We were just about to.
Just about to.
we're just about to start without me?
No, I was just going to do it until you came back. Trying to filibuster a little bit.
You got the Lakers against the Warriors. Rod?
For me, in this one, I'm going to go with the under 220.5. I think you have a very slower pace in this one, and a little more defense being played than what we've seen in the last one. The ones in LA, the last couple games in LA have been under the total. So back in LA for this one, I like the under here. 220 too many.
I like the Lakers in this one. I think they close them out. LeBron James has had tremendous success in these rounds of the playoffs throughout his career. This is where he's made his living. He doesn't always win in the finals, but he sure as hell gets there every single time. And it's by the way he gets there, closing them out in games like this. He must be like 15-1 in his career in closeout games. I mean, he has got, especially at home, he has probably one of the best records in home closeout games in the history of the NBA. And I don't care if it's Steph Curry and the Warriors. The Warriors have been straight ass on the road all season long, and now this is where it pays off. I understand they beat the Kings twice on the road, but both games in LA, it was no chance. The Lakers spotted them 15 points in the second half, and they still couldn't beat them. So they ain't going to beat them here. I think it's going to be a lot of like what we saw in Game 4, where the Lakers might get beat in the paint, and they're more than willing to give up the twos because the only chance the Warriors have to beat them is with the threes, and the threes have not been falling on the road all season long. They fell against the Kings in those 2 games, but outside of that, in these series against the Lakers and all these other games and all these regular season games, never were they hitting threes, and it ain't gonna happen tonight. Anthony Davis, he's injured. He's not gonna. Oh, he's playing. He's even come out and said, "I feel fine. I'm going to play for sure." It means they're ready to close him out, chew him up, spit him out, bring on the Nuggets. And the Warriors are a great team. They're great champions. All that stuff. This wasn't their year. It hasn't been their year all season long, and it's their time. They don't win it every single time. And, when the last time when they were in the finals and they got beat, who was it that beat them? LeBron James again. The same thing, man. It's like, except he beat them in San Francisco. You remember the block?
Yeah. The block. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
The block, man. Yep. This one's Lakers. It's easy money. Easy. You could even play it on the money line and get on the cheap. Actually, the points is only -2.5, and the money line's up to like -145 or something because it's like the Lakers, to win the game is pretty obvious here. I mean, it's about as easy as it gets. You don't get like too many people always like, oh, tell me easy winner, lock, best bet, whatever. This is as easy as it gets. This is handicapping 101.
Yeah, I'll go with the under.
Chris?
Yeah, I'll go with the under. I'll go with the under this one. 2 games in.
Someone tells me you got the word.
No, I don't. No, I don't have a side in this game. This is a game I'm watching as a fan purely.
A LeBron fan?
I'm a LeBron fan.
Or
I'm
maybe
a Curry fan.
As a Leafs fan?
Yeah, there you go. I'm probably going to be all drained from the Leafs game tonight.
The tissue box will be drained. That's for sure. It's gonna be ugly there.
I'm gonna take the under here. I'm gonna let that comment slide.
Oh god, the more expensive the Leafs ticket prices get, the more I like the Panthers' chances. What are they going for in Toronto tonight? $1,000 a ticket or more?
Nosebleeds for 500.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, then maybe it's not sayonara for them, because I would expect to see at least 4 digits on the cheapest ticket in Toronto.
No, cheapest ticket in Toronto. We were looking when we were coming back, and it was $520 for the nosebleeds.
Canadian?
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't count. Not real money.
Yeah, it's funny money.
What is that? A couple of those red ones? Blue one and a red one. A handful of big ones.
It's monopoly
It's like,
money.
Oh, in Canada, like you pay for something, it's like, yeah, your change is $2.85 or something. They give you like a handful of changes, no bills at all. It's like, what is this?
Well, no,
It's a toonie.
And if you pay in cash,
It's a toonie.
and if you pay in cash, we don't have pennies, so they round up your change, or they round it down depending on where the end of your change falls.
It tells me that there's more rounding up than rounding down.
Yeah, probably.
You can get a ticket for $343 in Toronto. Cheap.
Oh,
Even cheaper than your 500. $343. Tickets coming down. That's because the people are trying to resell it, right? So it's the day of, people are like, they tried to sell for like $600-700 a ticket, and they're like, wait, we're not going to get our money back at all. Quick, lower the price, and then that's what happens because of the Ticketmaster. It's just been, yeah.
But no, I like the under in this game. First 2 meetings in LA went under the total. I expect to see with so much at stake on both sides, either a closeout or forcing a game 7. So this will be a more defensive battle. First 110 wins this game. So I'm going to go with the under 220.5.
Well, if the first 110 wins, then it's going to be the Lakers, because they're going to win.
So if you want to be right behind the bench, you want to be right behind the Leaf bench tonight, $2,600 a ticket.
Yeah, there we go.
I need to see something with a 5 in front of it, Rod, to make me feel comfortable with my Panthers bet.
See, that's why I say it's 6. They got to get just a little more tease. Come on. Got to give them just a little bit more hope. Because
I have a cold, so at the airport I went to buy Dayquil. And $5.99, for 4 of them. And I was like, well, that's reasonable gouging. I get to the register, it rings up at 14, mismarked on the shelf.
Oh no!
It's like, that's the thing. That's. I was like, man, you guys are good. $14.99 for 4 tablets. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. They're going to be gouged at the airport. I mean, be shameless about it, Like,
right?
I understand, like, cough medicine or whatever is generally, gouging to begin with, but it's like, you get it at the airport newsstand. It's like you basically should give them free range. It's like it said $5.99 on it. It's like they ring it up at $14.99. I was like, wow, like, oh, it's mismarked. But actually, they went back and they gave me the $5.99.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, but I had 2 waters, so it still cost me $7.
I just see you at the cash register. It scans 49. It's just like, hey.
Even better than that. It's my first day. Yeah, it's my first day. It's like,
it's probably like how much were the motion sickness pills on the boat? Like that they love to do that. You get on a ferry or a cruise or anything, and they're looking. It's like, oh, you need some of these motion sickness pills? $20. 1 bill.
No,
I know in BC you get on the ferry and they do that. It's like My niece is bad. She's like, I need some motion sickness pills. I'm like, well, I hope you brought $20. Those things ain't cheap.
How long was the tip guilt speech at the end of the cruise?
There was no speech.
What was the over under? Was it longer than it takes Mills in his transition to his second prop bet in this video?
No, it was less time than that.
Mills likes to take his time in between bets. Let me tell you.
Are we going to start calling it the Millibuster?
Thing is, it's like I can't even get mad because he's really good. You know, it's like it is entertaining. Next, I'm going to the ice. To the ice. Here comes the Connor McDavid prop. Connor McDavid. It's like, let's go to the game between the Celtics and the Sixers. Here comes Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart. Yep. I like it. I think he does a really good job with the props. He doesn't go fast, you know, he takes his time, but does a good job with it. Some days he's really fast. And also with the recap, he's really fast. Marcus Smart. Connor McDavid. Who else does he go all the time? Like those two guys he always has.
Always. Yeah, they're playing.
Connor McDavid.
This is always.
Today there will be, I haven't looked yet. My guess, there will be a Connor McDavid sitting.
Yeah.
Over shots on goals, his big one. 3.5, it usually is. Over 3.5 shots. Yeah. Oh, man. You guys notice the YouTube comments getting a little meaner recently? People are just meaner spirited. It's just that time of year.
A little bit.
Yeah, I think it's just that.
Man.
Allergies.
Getting some nasty emails these days. Some real crappy stuff. All right. I guess it's that time. Parlays. Connor McDavid over 3.5 goals. Marcus Smart over points. Points and assists. Who does he usually go for? In the Lakers, he mixes it up in that series. He does Curry. He does mix it up in that one. In the Heat, he does Jimmy Butler all the time. Jimmy Butler, Connor McDavid overshots him. Is it 3.5 tonight again?
I haven't looked.
I'm just looking. It is.
Might as well get the video ready to go. That's what load it up. Yeah, so I won't be back until Monday, I guess. And I'm not even sure I'll be back on Monday. Maybe Tuesday. I'll try and call in tomorrow and be a guest on the phone to see if I can do it.
Be a satellite.
You'll have to send it to me in the regular chat.
Yeah.
No, you have to send it to me in the regular chat because I can't access Skype on my phone or my iPad because since Microsoft bought Skype, it can't figure it out. So any place that I have Skype, it's just because I have a saved password. You can't figure out what the password is on Skype. Sucks, right?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
It's like they made it such a disaster. Such a disaster. Anyways, I'll go with the Panthers alternate line, Heat alternate line, Marlins, Miami. Lonnie Walker over total points. Miami, 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 Miami. 4 times. Chris?
I'll go with the Orioles. I'll go with the Yankees, and I'll go with the Golden Knights.
No Blue
And I'm
Jays,
going with the
Maple
Oilers.
Leafs.
No, nothing.
The Oilers, Detroit, and the Dodgers. Probably those 3.
The El Ninos. All right.
Detroit? Detroit's not in Ninos.
We can throw the Lakers in on the parlay. Well, why not? Why stop it? Why stop at 3? We'll go to 4. We'll take out the Lonnie Walker. We'll put the Lakers in.
I actually thought
Miami,
that's what you
Miami,
were gonna say.
Miami, Lakers.
I was expecting to hear the Lakers alternate line. I was expecting.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Really,
As always.
it's a privilege. I'll see you guys when I see you. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not. If I see you tomorrow, I'm going to be in the car.
You go first.
Came here for a wedding and also coincidentally funeral same time. I only got one suit, so nothing pretty about that.
Well, if they don't overmatch, no one will know that you were wearing the same suit.
Yeah.
No, they don't overlap.
Yeah, it's
Different
not.
cities.
Oh, well, then you're good. Yeah, then you're good. No one will notice.
Except for me. I'll notice.
Jake, get a new tie.
All right. Well, Chris, it's up to you to log us out.
All right.
We can go.